Hello and welcome to Connected as we delve into the world of the unexplained, believe it or not. We get a close encounter of the third kind with UFO Research Queensland. Is the truth really out there? Glenn Rhodes will join us, magician and member of IBM, which is the International Brotherhood of Magicians, and has no relation to a well-known computer company. And Jack Sim, author and paranormal expert, tours us through the dark history of Brisbane and its underbelly of crime. Stay tuned until the end of the show to catch an awesome performance from Glenn Rhodes. Let's open those X-Files and get connected. Well, first up on the program, as we do each and every week, we check out what's happening around town with radio guru, the one and only Hinksy. How are you, mate?
Mate, I'm very good, but I want you to get your teddy ready, and I don't mean your sleepwear.
No, I'm sorry. I traditionally wear a onesie, and let me tell you, it's the biggest onesie I could find.
I'm not going to go there. There are so many lines I could use, but I'm not going to. I mean your teddy bear, Damien, because I know you snuggle up to your teddy bear every night. On Friday, October 16th, the Twilight Teddy Bears Picnic is coming to Newstead House, and this is very exciting because it starts at 5 p.m, goes through till 7:30, and there's lots of great activities there. And the best thing is, it helps raise funds for the Children's Hospital Foundation. So it, is going to raise some good money for that sort of stuff. So.
And it's a great cause because they do such fantastic work with the CHA, with the appeals that they run, and also, of course, the work that the hospital does themselves.
Absolutely, and the best thing is there's live entertainment, lots of music, face painting for the kids, because I know you love a good face paint.
Well, something's got to do to improve it, really.
Well, that's all coming up. So that's Friday the 16th of October. It is going to be a fantastic afternoon, Newstead House, 5 to 7:30. Grab your teddy bear, give him a cuddle and take him along.
All right, I shall do. And also, I believe The Odd Couple. Now, this is a great show, and of course, it was a fantastic movie as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, and a TV show. I remember the TV show growing up, and it's kind of the story of our lives, really. The neat freak and the slob.
Thank you. Yeah. Moving on with the details now would be great.
It's at QPAC from October 17th, so make sure you go and check it out, qpac.com.au for all the details. It will be one fantastic show.
All right, and that's presented, of course, by the Queensland Theatre Company.
Absolutely.
Yep, great show and superb comedy at its best, a good Neil Simon as well. This is Connected, and we have a lot in store for you. Well, it's been the subject of blockbuster movies such as E.T., War of the Worlds and Independence Day. However, did you know that we have an actual UFO research organisation right here in Queensland? Tino Pezzimenti is the Vice President, and he joins us to enlighten us on extraterrestrials in our own backyard. Tino, welcome.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here, Damien.
The unexplained of UFOs, it's been something that's been a quest for many people for decades.
Many, many decades, and hopefully not too many more decades to come.
Is there light at the end of the tunnel?
I don't know. I'd love to say that there is, but it's one of those things that keeps evolving, and I think once we leave our own planet, I think we'll have a better chance of really seeing what's out there.
What got you interested, first of all, into UFOs?
Okay, well, I was 17 at the time. My mate had a car for the first time, got his licence, and we went for a drive. And we went for a drive on a hill in Brisbane, and we just stopped the car there and had a look out over the view, and this big bright light appeared and looked like it was coming straight for us, and then it just did a 90-degree turn without slowing down and took off over the horizon. It took about 3 seconds to get over the horizon. I was fascinated from that point on.
You have to change your underwear after that?
My mates did, I tell you. But I became an investigator right there and then, because I started ringing the airport and I started ringing the Air Force Base to find out what was going on in there, if anything, at the time. And it was about 1 a.m. And at those days, there was a curfew in Brisbane, so Yeah, and I became an investigator on the spot there and then. And I got interested from that point.
Was it difficult to get the information? Because I know that, for instance, in like Area 51, Roswell, those sorts of things, the government really sort of covered up a lot, didn't they?
They did, and I think it's because they've got so many of their own top secret missions going on that they need to cover it up. I understand it fully. I don't. But here, no, people just say, no, we don't have it. We have a curfew. There's nothing in the air at the time. And they said, can I have the number for Amberley, the Air Force Base? And they did, and they gave it to me. But they were very interested. They were very interested to see. They didn't just say, no, look, no, nothing. They asked me many, many questions about it, which I thought, oh, that's interesting. And it went from there, yeah.
Well, UFO Research Queensland, the role of them is really to document all of these sightings, isn't it?
It is. It's very important. And we are the second oldest group in the world that's still in existence. It collects sightings from all over the world and from southeast Queensland, Australia generally.
Wow,
yeah.
It's amazing. And what about you? Have you seen any UFOs?
None that I'd like to talk about. But when people actually call you up, do they actually go, you know, I've been abducted by aliens or anything like that? Are they the sort of phone calls that you get?
No. Okay, abductions, it probably take us 2 years to get through to that point with someone. They will not tell us all that information. They're scared, they're frightened, the genuine ones.
But how can you tell, like, you know, if they're genuine or they're not? Could they just be...
The genuine ones don't want publicity. The genuine ones won't tell you the full story all of a sudden. Genuine ones will drag their feet and telling you all the information. They're upset when you talk to them. They're shaking. Their marriage breaks up. I can go on and on and on.
So you can't tell us what planet the Kardashians come from then?
Look, there is a rumour, and I'm not sure, but a few people have speculated that it could be like Uranus or something like that.
That explains a lot.
I don't know, 100% sure, you know.
Just very briefly on a quick note, how hot is the Queensland area for UFOs?
It is quite busy. It fluctuates, of course. In the mid-90s, we were getting something like 900 good calls in the year, and sometimes it fluctuates down to about 200 and something. But you know, like we're a coastal area, so people are living on the coast and mountains and with views, and we're always looking at the sky. The weather's good here, the clear skies at night, so that sort of helps with the sightings.
All right.
If you go to places like London, it's overcast most of the time, and yeah, you don't have the great skies that we do.
Well, of course, if they do, they can get in touch with you. Those 900 calls, half of them were Hinksy after a big bender one night.
I recognise the voice.
Yeah. But of course, they can get in touch with UFO Research Queensland.
UFO Research Queensland, just look us up on the web and all the details are there for people to contact. And we're very interested in hearing from people because it's situations like this. Have a sighting somewhere in this part of Brisbane or Queensland and someone from the other side says, has anyone seen anything or did anyone see anything 6 weeks ago in that area? And we're able to maybe put it all together.
Fantastic. Great to see you, mate. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
And the mystery and magic of one of Queensland's most acclaimed magicians, Glenn Rhodes, joins us next on Connected. And welcome back to Connected. Well, he's Brisbane's first choice when it comes to making an event or party a little more magical. Glenn Rhodes has over 15 years of experience and he sure does keep the secret of success to himself. He's no illusion today, though, and joins us on Connected. How are you, mate?
I'm very well. Thanks for having me here.
Exceptionally pleased because 15 years in magic, in entertainment, is pretty good innings, isn't it?
Yes, I'm pretty happy with that. Beats having a real job.
Yeah. What did you do originally before you became a magician?
I was a recruiter for an engineering company. It's very long hours. Now I work a lot less hours.
Which,
I get the same money.
Well, as long as it keeps paying the bills,
Yeah,
that's the main
that's
thing,
good.
isn't it? Now, of course, you're a member of the International Brotherhood of Magicians.
That's correct.
Tell us a little bit about that organisation.
Well, I'm a member of the International Brotherhood of Magicians and the Queensland Society of Magicians. The International Brotherhood of Magicians is based out of America, and obviously the Queensland Society of Magicians is based out of Queensland, so I'm a local member there. And I think they're the second oldest club in Australia as far as I'm aware, so they've been around for quite a long time.
With people like Constantino coming to national television, that it's really inspired magic back into the mainstream, hasn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, there's so much magic on the television and in the movies, the theatre. Magic is really big news at the moment, which is great.
Yeah,
great for me.
For you, I mean, you do it, at the grassroots level by doing parties and weddings and things, but you also do corporate entertainment, I'm sure too.
Yes, I certainly do. Yeah, I have a couple of shows I do for corporate, a bit of a mixture of stand-up comedy and magic. It's a lot of fun. Anything to make people laugh.
Well, that's it. We've got Hinksy for that.
Right, yeah.
This brotherhood, is that like the Illuminati of the magician world?
Yeah.
Do you control like who gets what
Yeah,
kind
no,
of
I think
gigs?
it's if you pay the fee, you can get in.
It's always about the fee.
Yeah.
And what happens if someone breaks one of those secrets? What do you do
Wow.
to these people? They
Yeah.
disappear.
Yeah. Well, I think there is an oath you have to take. So, yeah, I think most people who join to get to that level pretty well keep that oath.
I'd like to see what
Yeah.
the hazing's like for the Brotherhood of
Right.
Magicians. There's be a paddle.
Yeah.
Well, of course, Glenn, there was a television show some time back, The Masked Magician, where he used
Yes.
to reveal,
Yeah.
you know, the illusions. I mean, that must have been really painful to watch people learning the secrets.
Yeah, it was quite controversial at the time, there's no doubt about it, and a lot of people were up in arms about it. But I think people got a short memory, and also when people go to see magic, they go there to be entertained. It's not just about how it's done. So, and it hasn't made any difference, because I mean, magic is very popular, and like I say, Constantino, lots of other people are doing shows, and it's equally as popular, even though they've had the masked magician revealing those secrets.
Yeah. Is there one illusion or trick that you're known for?
Good question. Yeah, I guess there is something I do on a regular basis. Yeah.
Can you reveal that or?
I can reveal it. I have a balloon which is about 2 meters high, and I swallow the balloon. It's a
Fantastic.
very good visual magic trick, and it's open for jokes.
And I bet you're
Yeah,
popular at a lot of
that's
parties.
it. Absolutely. I'm not going to say what sort of parties, but you make your own jokes.
The question I have there is, you know, when you make the woman disappear, what happens if you can't find her?
What happens if you can't find her? Well, hopefully you can always bring her back. You might get the wrong half, though, when you bring them back, I'm not sure.
Well,
You cut them in
Glenn's a
half.
professional, and you can certainly bring them back
Right.
when you
I hope so.
make them vanish. And of course, that's part of the illusion, isn't it? It's part of the fun of being entertained by a magician.
Yes, absolutely. Couldn't
Yeah.
agree more. Yeah.
Will they come back or won't they?
Yes, they always come back.
They do,
Yeah,
they do.
they've got to come back.
So how can people get in touch with you, mate?
Well, I have a website which is magicevents.com.au, and so I do a lot of, like you said, corporate work as well, but I also work a lot for kids in the kids market. So I've got a website which is kidspartymagic.com.au, so for the kids side of things. Yeah. About
Fantastic.
80% of my work is in the children's market, and about 20% is in the adult corporate.
Well, you'll be right at home with Hinksy then. Thank you.
The kids
I bet a lot of
market.
the parents are wishing to just make their children disappear.
Yeah, I've had that before.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining
That's
us,
right.
mate.
Thank you for having me.
You can catch Glenn performing around southeast Queensland as well. We're going to take a break and come back with a lot more. Stay connected with us. Well, that was the shortest break in history. My next guest has built a reputation out of the macabre and the thrilling. Jack Sim has dedicated his life to preserving the history of Brisbane's underbelly of crime, murder, and places like the notorious Bogger Road Jail. I'm pleased to welcome Jack Sim to Connected. How are you, mate?
Hello, Damien. Good to be here. Thanks.
It's great to have you here. How notorious was Bogger Road?
Well, in the 20th century, it seemed like every other day it was on the front page of our newspapers. The stories of the characters that were locked up there, the crimes they committed, rooftop protests, riots. The jail was, you know, almost part of our daily lives on TV and radio. It really was notorious. We would argue that it was, in the 20th century, the most notorious jail in the country.
When was it built?
Well, Boggo Road opened in 1883, and over time it became quite a large prison complex. And by the time it closed, officially in 1992, it covered an enormous area of ground, and today only about a fifth of it remains standing.
When you go inside Bogger Road, you go through those huge iron gates at the front, and you start getting segregated into the different complexes, as you mentioned, the different cell blocks. It really is history living itself, isn't it?
You know, I think you can tangibly feel the atmosphere of the jail, with its steel bars and solid doors, the isolated yards. I mean, you really get a sense of that this was a place that was, designed to punish, not correct.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, you take ghost tours through Bogger Road and tours through there to show people the history. Do they find it most interesting reading all of the writings on the walls from the inmates?
Well, the graffiti that dates to the 1980s that's on the wall, it's authentic, and it is absolutely fascinating. It's one of the things people find as a highlight of a visit is when you read the words and look at the illustrations and drawings, you really do get a window into the minds of the fellows that were there.
Yeah.
Some of it's not very complicated, but in other cases, though, there's some strong political messages in what they write. There's poetry. Some of them are fabulous artists. Some of them are terrible.
I'm interested about the poetry. Was there was a young man from Nantucket?
Oh, please.
No, it's a lot cruder than that.
Oh, really? I'm coming. I want to check this out now.
Yeah, some of it's really quite shocking. And we do have a warning we give people on the tours about the content, but it's authentic. It really there's virtually no modern day graffiti of any sort. When you read the words, really do get a real sense of the feelings of the inmates there, the anger, the passion, the aggression, but you also get a sense too of the sadness that, and the isolation that they felt when they were there. I mean, it wasn't a jail that, it wasn't meant to be a kindergarten. It was meant to be a place of punishment, and people did a real hard time at Bogger Road.
Of course, Bogger Road, now its future's uncertain, isn't it?
Well, the jail itself, what remains of the jail is heritage listed, but the jail, it is possible under heritage listing for adaptive reuse to take place. So some of the buildings at the jail, it's envisioned that some buildings would be demolished, the more modern parts of the jail, to make way for some new buildings, and some of the old will be adaptively reused. But we're assured that we'll be able to continue to run tours there into the future.
Which is good news, because I know that places like Melbourne Jail down in Victoria are huge tourist businesses, aren't they? Well,
they are, and Bogger Road deserves to be one of the the great historic prison attractions of the country. Equal to Fremantle Jail or Old Melbourne Jail. I mean, and that in my staff, in my opinion, and our visitors' opinion, I mean, that's the number one reuse for the jail.
Yeah,
that should be its number one reuse. But the jail can't sit there in isolation. Bogger Road occupies prime real estate, and the redevelopment that's proposed has some really great positives. So hopefully, what the outcome is will be really great for Queensland.
And where will the ghosts go when the jail shuts down? Will they be angry?
I don't know. I think the ghosts that are there are kind of stuck there. They've been there a long time, and I don't think repainting and refurbishment will necessarily drive them away. I mean, I think
those
quite
lattes are going
attached
to be very, very interesting from now on, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, the place will. I don't think any amount of paint or restoration will get rid of the oppressive feeling
will
of the
they
jail.
get angry with people not turning up to visit them?
Oh, I don't know.
You're close to them.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I don't think they really even notice the living that are there. To be honest,
there you go.
They're just going about their lives or their existence.
Their deaths.
Well, I think they're literally trapped in the past. I don't think they're entirely aware of any tour groups that are going through.
Although sometimes I think when people have restored homes and they say that they've been haunted, things have been very quiet. As soon as they restore the home, it seems to unsettle them, and they're in the wrong place of the house where the wall's been removed, and there seems to be a lot more activity, I think history's shown. So you never know. If they start mucking around too much with it, they might,
So we just go in and say Beetlejuice 3 times and we're right.
Yeah, it'll be like the Ghostbusters on TV. Someone's unsettled something here,
Yeah.
Well, Jack, of course, many tours can be undertaken by you, not just at Bogger Road, but you do the cemetery tours and things like that too. What's the best way for people to find out about all the tours you have in the books?
Oh, well, it's simple ways. Go to our Ghost Tours website, brisbaneghosttours.com.au, or if they're interested in the history of the jail, do one of our daytime history tours at the jail. And that's just simply Boggo Road Jail, that's GAOL.com.
Fantastic. Mate, thank you so much for joining us on Connected.
Thanks, Damien.
Coming up next on the program, get set, because we're going to go into the mystery and the magic of our very special guest, Glenn Rhodes. We'll get him off the couch and into the performance. And welcome back to Connected. Well, we've talked to him about his career already, but now we get a chance to see him perform. And I'm speaking of the one and only magician, Glenn Rhodes. It's over to you, mate.
Thank you, my friend. I thought I'd maybe just get you to hold on to that pen for me, please, Jack. And I'm going to get you to write your first name in big letters across that card there. So pop your name on there, nice big letters so everyone can see. Oh, there you go. Jack and the Six of Hearts. Jack, I'm not going to give you your card. I'm going to give that to Tino. He's going to pop that in his pocket. So just pop that in your pocket there, Tino. Now, Tino, could you pass the pen to... I'll show what to do. Take the cap off for me, please. Yep. I'm going to write my own name down. Maybe Glenn. G-L-E-N. Glenn. Right there. Pop the cap back on the pen for me, and I'm going to give you my card if you don't mind. So if you just hold on to that card there for me. So you've got my card. Squeeze in your hand there for me. Just one tap over here, and just one tap in there. Have a look in your pocket, Tino. Mm-hmm. I think you might have my card.
I don't think so.
Oh, show these guys here. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Jack, you've got your own card back.
Oh, look
You
at
can keep
that.
that as a souvenir.
Yeah, I will.
Keep that as a little souvenir.
Bizarre.
Here's another nice little trick that I've been doing for quite a while. I quite like it. It's just used a little stack of business cards. And I've got a couple of crosses here. Hinksy, can you just write your first name down the bottom there for me, please? Yep.
I only have one name.
Print your first name. That's right. Makes it nice and easy. All right, well done.
Hinksy.
Yeah, Hinksy, there it is. And I'll keep that as a souvenir there. And just Tino, could you just print your first name above Hinksy's there? That'd be great.
Certainly.
Sign that away.
Certainly.
Excellent.
There we go.
Excellent, there it is. Let's see, no, that's great. And have you guys known each other for long?
About 7 minutes.
Yeah. Just a little sign there.
Oh, that's lovely.
Tino loves Hinksy.
Oh, that's
Hey, what's
so-
not to love?
It's,
He's a very lovable guy, isn't he?
I've got a list, but we'll go about that later. Right?
It's not the aliens.
So, as I said, in a pack of cards, there's 4 suits. I've printed them on here, the hearts, spades, clubs and diamonds. My favourite one is this one here, the Ace of Spades. But Tino, it's not everybody's favourite. Everyone has their own favourite. So open up your hand nice and flat for me. I'm going to give this card, the Ace of Spades, and your names are there. But just do me a favour, just have a look at those suits on there and just call out the name of one of the suits that you like. Which suit do
I
you
like the diamond,
You like
Ace
the
of
diamond?
diamonds.
Yes, I like the spade and you like the diamond. Hinksy, which one do you like, the heart or the club?
I'll go with the club.
Yep. So that's fun. So let's just say, so you chose the club, you chose the diamond.
Yes.
I already told you that I like the spade. There's one card we haven't mentioned. We haven't mentioned the heart. We've left the heart behind. So if I just cast a little shadow over here like this, if you turn that card over, it should be the heart, the one we left behind. Show the audience.
Look at that.
Oh, fantastic.
Wow.
You wanted the business card. You've got one
I've
now.
certainly got one now.
Stick that in your pocket. I'll see you
Thank
when
you.
I'll see you for your 21st.
I like him already.
I'm just going to use this deck here. It's just an ordinary deck. An ordinary deck. Would I lie to you?
No, definitely
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And you can see all the cards here. It's just a mixed up deck of cards there like this. Just do me a favour there, Jack. I'm going to fan through here. Just touch the back of any card that you like, my friend. That one there, take that one out. Have a look at it. Show it around to everybody. I won't bother looking. Yep. Yep. And when you're done, just pop it on top of the deck. Beautiful. So there's your card right in the centre there, Jack. I'm just going to cast a little shadow over here like this, Jack. And interestingly enough, this is a blue back deck of cards. Every single card in here, Jack, is blue. Every card is blue except for the one that you're thinking of. So if I fan right the way down here, oh, look, there's only one red card in the entire deck. I don't know what your card was. Can you remember your card? It's very important.
If
was
not,
it
Jack,
this
I
card
think
here?
that's all good.
I think it might have been the 5 of hearts. The 5 I'll tell you what, but you don't need the 5 of hearts. We just get that
He was
out of the way.
bewildered.
Okay, Jack, just say stop whenever you want. We make it nice and easy this time. Just say stop. Okay, remember that card?
Yep.
Have you got that one?
Yep.
Okay, watch very carefully. Just like last time, Jack, just cast a little shadow and one card will turn a different colour. If I fan through here, you should see one card that's a slightly different colour. If you see it before I do, Jack, you just make sure you let me know. Have a little look here. Oh, there is only one card that is a different colour, Jack. That's the one in that box. Yeah, have a look in that box for me, Jack, just to make sure is there one inside there?
There
Is there a
is.
card inside there? What's that one, Jack?
The 4 of
Hey,
There we go.
That was my card.
Fantastic. Glenn, thank you so much for that, mate.
That's a pleasure.
I'm sure the guys didn't think they'd be doing this when they sat down on the couch today, but anyway. Now, of course, if people want to get in touch with you, best way, I guess, is online?
Yes, they can contact me on with my website, which is magicevents.com.au, Or if they've got children, to go to kidspartymagic.com.au. That's the best way.
Wonderful, and lots of up-close magic and,
Lots of
and fun
lots
and comedy.
of fun and comedy. Yes.
That's it. And of course, Tino, for you, the UFO Research Queensland, best way to get in touch with you guys?
Just Google UFO RQ and you'll get our webpage, and from there you have you can connect up to other groups around the world, and all the local sightings, photographs, videos, everything you want is right there.
All right, and more importantly too, if people do see a sighting.
To report in, yes, please do, and also we have public meetings last Friday of every month, and the details are all on the webpage.
All right, and for you, Jack, for people who want to go on tour through Bogger Road or the Toowong Cemetery, places like that?
Go to brisbaneghosttours.com.au or Boggo Road Jail, that's jail with a G, G-A-O-L.com.
All right, fantastic. And of course, Hinksy, we know it's Desperate and Dateless singles.
I was going to say, I'm good with the spirits and the probing.
Actually, I've heard that. So, yeah. That about wraps up this edition of Connected. It's been a lot of fun, and I do thank all of our guests for joining us on the program. And we will be back next week with a lot more. Whatever you do, stay connected.